Hi everybody. I'm AJ Willoughby. Glad you're with us again on another incredible Monday night. We have got some incredible things happening throughout this company right now that's just going to blow your socks off. Different things that are coming down the pike this week that are incredible. But tonight, we are talking about the thing that's keeping everybody going and everybody rocking and rolling on this, and that is the go all the way. And that's what it is, the subject for tonight. And with us tonight, of course, we've always got on these calls the famous Dr. Frederick Templeman, who is the master of all things mangosteen and then some. He is the head of our medical advisory board, the scientific advisory board with M Network. And when it comes to the formulations and putting everything together, he's the man that is in charge of that and helping to make sure everything is getting done right and making sure that we are always on the top cutting edge with all of our products. And that's what's one of the exciting things about this company is we don't get stuck with a product that ends up going out of date in a year or so because technology changed. We are always going to be on the cutting edge of things. And that is what is so incredible. So we'll always know we've got the best product. You know, kind of like your phone. You know, how many times have you gotten a telephone, you know, that you had back in, let's see, the 80s, you know, or 1991 or 1992? Did you have a phone that looked like an iPhone 10 or the new Galaxy or whatever? No, but that was the top that you had back then, and it was great. But what if you were told you had to stick with that phone for the rest of the time and that there was never going to be an upgrade? You'd be like, man, this ain't worth it. Well, that's what we've got here. We are always making sure we've got the cutting edge technology as far as our products, our sticks, and what it is going on. So tonight, I'm going to go on ahead, though, and I'm going to introduce a man to you that is from St. Louis, Missouri area. And this man has got an incredible story from where he was. In fact, JP, I'm going to have you just share just a little bit of your story, if you would, just because it's so incredible about, you know, where you were back before this industry and the products and everything, and where, you know, how it kind of changed you. He speaks to a veteran and speaks to, you know, well, you do all kinds of stuff as far as working with homeless and veterans and different people and bringing them to a whole new place because his story is so incredible. So have him share just a little bit of that, and I want him to share what the Go Stick is doing for him. And John Pearson, or we just call you JP.
Yeah.
Either way, man, tell us what is happening. I think I'm jacked up on a whole bunch of Go today.
I'm jacked up too. I just slammed one. So I won't go into too glorifying details, but about 6 years ago, I was homeless myself. I was strung out on alcohol and drugs, and I didn't have any direction in my life. And, you know, then I started surrounding myself with great people. So I've been off of drugs and alcohol since March 1st, 2013. I rebuilt my life from the shirt on my back. And then about roughly 3 years ago, I was introduced to what they call network marketing. I didn't know what network marketing was at the time. So, but I was honored because then I met a guy named Ryan Anderson, and I went out to some academy he was running, and he hypnotized me, and I ended up moving to Utah from St. Louis, and I really got some one-on-one training with him, and him and his family are just class acts, and that's my boy. Although he is a 49ers fan, we got to let him get some slack on that. But what network marketing, what Ryan Anderson has done for me in my life, because like I said, I was hungry for success. The most off, Ryan is probably the smartest man that I've ever met. And then you know, I didn't really read books so at the time. And then Ryan introduced me to these, you know, How to Win Friends and Influence People books and Eric Worre books. But he always believed in me, and he always supported me. And, you know, I got to go meet Les Brown with Ryan Anderson before. And Les Brown always told me to shoot for the moon, because if you miss, you'll land among the stars. And he also told me that too many people wasn't living their dreams because they are living in fear, because fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real. But so Ryan and his family and his sister-in-law and his wife, I really am am close, great friends with them. They mean the world to me. And then when Ryan and Dr. T, you know, because I'd got a powerful story from Mangosteen, and Dr. T's done a few calls for me when he was over in Thailand at about 3 a.m. with other doctors. I didn't know what was going on, but they was talking in a different language. But I sat back and I started learning about products and what they can do for you. So you wanted to talk about the Go, AJ, and I'm here to tell you that this Go right here, I kind of used to drink a lot of energy drinks before, and they're not good for you. They'll make your teeth fall out. I'm trying to keep my teeth. I lost my mind a long time ago, but I don't want to lose my teeth because you can't regain your teeth, you know. So I started drinking Go, and roughly about, I don't know, just, you know, probably, when was it? About February, somewhere around there. And it's just, I started drinking energy drinks again because I was missing some things that got taken away from me. So I started drinking these Monsters and you know, coffee because I didn't have energy to walk 20 miles a day as I walk on a 20-acre campus at the Jefferson Barracks VA Hospital, where I am a peer support specialist. I got to walk all over the place there to help other people succeed, because if you help enough people succeed, you too will be successful. So I started drinking this Go, and you know, like I said, I was drinking them energy drinks, and they used to make me shake like I was on cocaine or something. But then I would crash so hard that I would fall asleep. But I'm telling you, the reason I love this product so much is because it quenches my thirst too, because I don't have to you know, after I was drinking the Monsters, I would always get real thirsty, but this keeps me hydrated. I don't have them jittery shakes, don't have crashes, and it also is helping me because I go to school full time. I like you said, I do a lot, so I go to school full time at a technical college because I'm pursuing a passion of mine that you know, sometimes people kind of try to discourage you, and I got turned down many times to be a drug and alcohol counselor, but I'm almost there, AJ. I'm almost there. I'm in the field, but so you know, this really is helping me where I could focus, because I at one time before I started drinking the Mangosteen, I was on 15 antipsychotic medications, but over time I was able to get off of all medications because of the all natural Mangosteen. But the Go is helping with, I could focus on what I need to do and which way I'm going. And it just lasts. I drink. So my wife thinks I'm funny because me and the dog share one every morning. So I slam it out the door and I'm ready for war. And it does not stop all day long, AJ. You know, it makes me, like, people really, they're like, you're always smiling. It boosts my mood. It helps with so much stuff. It just, a lot of people like to be around me because I'm full of energy, but I'm excited about life and about opportunities to help other people and to introduce people to a better all-natural way to live their life where they can be healthy. Because I'm just saying, this right here, it doesn't stop. It go, because you're going to go, boom, AJ. But that's what it does for me. No jitters, no crashing. It helps my mind. It helps me where I don't have water constantly all day, because after I slammed it in the morning, I'm good to go.
Awesome. So, Dr. Templeman, we've got a lot of stuff happening here. He's talking. His mood has totally changed. His focus has totally changed. His, of course, his energy level, without the crashes, without the jitters, all that, you know, to where this man, you know, is a man of total passion with this. So, what is it that is in the Go that is helping to make all this change in JP?
Well, interestingly enough, when we talked, remember last week we talked about nootropics. And nootropics are elements, they can be drugs, but they're elements from plants very often that help us with mentation, whether it's concentration, memory, recall, or just being able to perform like a student on an exam, for example, or someone who has to give a presentation at work. or someone who's a teacher and has to be at their top point, or an interview, a job interview. Those are the kinds of things that when we know how our body responds to it and we want to be at our peak performance, that's what we use. We talked about the Soul and the Smart last week, and the stack, the nootropic stack that represents. Now, in those products, as well as in this product, there is the most effective nootropic known to man. And it's not secret. It's caffeine and the precursors to caffeine, which are called theobromines. Now, if you take a Monster, or if you take some of these things that JP has told us about would cause him to crash, the tremendous amounts of sugar that are in those. But the caffeine, which is the major active ingredient in those products as well, is artificial. It doesn't come combined with the other elements from the plant world that have the body look at it not as a drug, but as a food, and metabolize it in a different way. And so I just saw an old friend that I haven't seen for a long time. But the fact of the matter is that caffeine, which in the go does not come from a single source. The majority of it comes from green coffee bean. But we also have guarana. Now, guarana is a seed, actually, from the Amazon. It's named after the Indian tribe that used to chew on these seeds all of the time. Plus, they also made a beverage from them. And all over South America, you can buy a hot beverage like coffee that is made from guarana. And not only that, but yerba mate, also in South America, a primary source for the precursors to caffeine, which are called theobromines. Now, when I say precursor, I mean something that the body is going to break down into a caffeine-like substance, but do it over a long period of time. Because if you take the caffeine that is in the drinks that are out there on the shelves of the supermarket, and the body sees that as a drug, when the body is exposed to drugs, it tries immediately to get rid of it as quickly as it can. So the dose of caffeine comes in, identified by the liver as being a drug, and removed immediately, ergo the bounce, the high bounce, and then the crash immediately afterwards as the body gets rid of it. The half-life of that particular substance is in a situation of almost minutes to an hour. That means how long does it take to get half of this stuff metabolized and out of the body? Well, because the body sees it as a bad thing, a drug, tries to get it out of there real quick. And that's what it gives you, this bounce. Now, if you're unscrupulous, you want people to crash. You want them to get sleepy. You want them to feel bad. Because what are they going to do? They're going to go right out and take another dose. But in this particular case, look at the theobromine, or the caffeine compound, if you wish, in the guarana. It has a half-life of 104 hours in certain varieties, up to 104 hours. That means how long does it take to get out of your body, half of it be completely gone? 104 hours. So there is a very slow release, if you think of it, that is going to last for a long period of time and not provide spikes, but provide the enervating effect of a nootropic like caffeine. So what's in this? Well, lots of B vitamins, but also caffeine in in 3 different configurations, all of them natural, all of them treated by the body, and all of them with different half-lives. So it will last you all day. Now, I don't know about the rest of you. I'm certain that nobody else does this unless they're able to spend hours at night like I do. But I binge watch on certain things. And I stumbled onto a program called Bosch. And I binge watched on Bosch the other night to 3:30 a.m. And then I had to go and give a presentation to a little group of children. And I wasn't up to it. I was just, when I woke up in the morning, I was still trying to catch up on my sleep deficit. And I wasn't able to get up and get ready to go. My wife yanked me out of bed. Hey, don't forget, you told them you'd come down to the playground and talk to these kids. And I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? I can hardly find my shoes. So I went and I took a go. I don't use one every day, but I took that go. And by the time I got out of the car 20 minutes later, I was ready to go. I could do what I needed to do. I was able to find the pace that I required to pull facts from my memory at my age. And, you know, I've got a good memory, but it's very short. So as a result, I have to sometimes really dig to pull back recent memories. I'm great with stuff that happened 70 years ago, but I'm not so good with stuff that happened 2 hours ago sometimes. Now, that is what the Go brings. It brings safety, no sugar. It brings amounts of B vitamins that are appropriate, not massive amounts like you will find in the things that are out there on the store shelves. No sugar, as I mentioned, and caffeine in a formulation that the body can handle, keep, and work with regularly over a period of hours and not a period of minutes. So safe, works, helps you as the nootropic that it is, and makes it a wonderful product that moves, you know, interestingly enough, in the company, 1 month Core will be the high seller, and the next month Go will be the high seller. And they kind of alternate back and forth. Now, I'll tell you, I push the Core like crazy because I'm a mangosteen guy, and I just see so many benefits for that. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, without getting into specifics, we have in that Core product now the best and most effective form of mangosteen that has ever come across a shelf. Well, I guess it could be on a shelf, but has never been across as a commercial product in my knowledge. And I was there right at the beginning. And the stories that I'm hearing, the private things that people tell me that I'm not going to tell you about, but really wonderful, heartwarming stories about what the mangosteen and these products are doing in the lives of our distributors and their customers and the people that they share them with. It is really heartwarming and very, very exciting. Makes me continue to work when I don't have to work. I'm here because I want to be here. And most of the time I work off site, so some things go on that I'm not up to date on. Like there's been a horrendous amount of activity that you're all going to be very, very excited about when you learn eventually how everything is settled out. But lots of stuff that goes on out there. But even me at home, I'm excited about what's going on and the remarkable things that these products bring through this company to people at a price that competes with what's on the Costco shelves.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, now, JP, you know, so you were spending tons of money on, you know, all kinds of other products, you know, from the Monster drinks and Red Bulls and everything you mentioned before. And so the difference in what you were spending and now what you're spending for this and actually now making money from, I mean, I'm sure that's changed a little bit of your life too there.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened to my computer. I lost y'all for a minute. So anyway, I was spending roughly a Monster energy drink costs $4 per can, and it's not good for you. And I was buying 2 to 3 of them a day because I leave for work at 4:30 in the morning and I get home sometimes from school at about 1 a.m. So I was drinking them throughout the day because, like Dr. Templeman said, it's kind of a way to get you to keep buying it because I would start crashing. So now I roughly for $1.25 a serving and a kickback when you introduce it to your family and your friends who also are going to love it. So probably it went from a $12 a day habit, sometimes $15 to $16 a day, to $2.50 a day, and then a kickback when my friends and family fall in love with the products and get that all-day energy, no crash, no jitters, and feel amazing like it does for myself.
Well, that's incredible. Well, and we even had someone just posted a minute ago say that they spend $290 a month on energy drinks before having to go. So it's changed a lot of lives there. And not only that, but Dr. Templeman, I mean, that stuff, the other things that are out there, they actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're killing your adrenals and making it to where you have to have them, right?
That's correct. When you think the word drug, immediately think side effect and think danger. So you should take drugs only when the problem is life-threatening and when the risk justifies it. And these things are drugs. Caffeine is a drug. There is a disease in the dictionary of mental disorders called caffeineism. And it comes because of the effects, not of the caffeine and pre-caffeine formulations that are contained in plants, but the caffeine that is artificially made in labs because it's dirt cheap and it drives you. I mean, why do you think Coke, for example, is loaded, absolutely loaded with caffeine? And caffeine is a diuretic when it gets released in a streak earlier. So you drink Coke, you eat your popcorn in a movie, all that salt, and you go to the bathroom, you pee like a racehorse. And what do you have to do? You have to go back and get your second Coke because you want to be able to have it, that same kick. It's a drug. And drugs, frankly, are bad, no matter what they are. If there isn't a serious life-threatening risk, think long and hard before you start to grab a drug. And unfortunately, when you take something off the shelf that has caffeine on the label, that's what you're getting. You're getting a drug.
And when we say that so I want to make sure everyone understands. So there's two different kinds of caffeine here. The caffeine, all that other stuff, and then the natural yerba mate and guarana and other kind of caffeine that we have, which is a natural.
Yeah, because it isn't just a pure caffeine. It comes attached with the other elements from the plant world that are seen by the body as a food, metabolized completely differently. The body does not panic when it sees caffeine precursors mixed with elements from the plant kingdom. It doesn't panic. It doesn't try and kick that down the road as rapidly as it can. When it sees artificial caffeine, it absolutely tries to kick it down the road as quickly as possible because it knows that it's going to hammer the adrenals.
Yeah. So, all right, JP, how many sticks do you take per day?
It depends. I like them so much. I drink them. I drink them all. I got them all over. So I slam one in the morning, and then I will slam another one before I go into school at 6 p.m. And it lasts all from 5 a.m. until I go to school, and I'd take another one at 6 p.m. just so I could focus and have that energy to get through the exams. And it depends. Sometimes but I always mix them together. I don't always because I want that mangosteen too, because that's the best all natural anti-inflammatory known to science. And I learned that from Dr. T. Then I started looking at PubMed. I'm like, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. So I mix.
The story never stops.
I mix them together. That's how I do it. I mean, my wife, she thinks I'm crazy, but I drink them in one drink, AJ, because I want to get that buzz, man.
Yeah,
not really a buzz.
But here, I got 3 sticks in this glass right now.
But I want to tell you a story. So I about the monsters and stuff. What kind of scared me away is monsters could strip stains off of grease stains. It strips that. I had a friend. He's a retired military sergeant. He was telling me his wife said no more energy drinks, but now she allows him to do the go. But he was drinking Red Bull, and they was going on a cycling event, and he had a stroke from Red Bull. Yeah, it's not good for you. So he really likes to go because it doesn't do that to whatever that heart racing and stuff that Red Bull does. Yeah, it's but he had a stroke from Red Bull, and it's just not. I'm grateful that I'm all naturally buzzed up now off of the go, because that stuff is killing people all the time. A lot of people don't hear about it, but it's happening, and it's very, very bad for your health.
Absolutely. So, well, Dr. Templeman, thank you so much. JP, thank you. You guys got anything else to say before we close down here?
No, wait to see you next week.
Yeah, I need to come to Utah and hang out with Dr. T and learn some more.
Oh, JP, the changes that have taken place in you over the years since I met you first time, all up in the air, boy. That's great stuff.
Thank you, Dr. T. You're awesome.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you both. I'll tell you, everyone, there's a lot of exciting stuff going on right now. You'll want to make sure that you've got, got your products, get the sample kits and try the trial packs, because, with what's happening with this company right now is just incredible. And you're going to be hearing even more announcements that are being made that's just going to blow your mind. And you talk about excitement.
Be on the call tomorrow night. Be on the call tomorrow night.
Be on the call tomorrow night. We've got calls tomorrow night at the same time that we did this call, which is at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock Pacific. And then also we've got on Saturday is the CAT call, where you'll be getting some more training. And then that's on Thursday night. And then on Saturday, you've got Dennis and Sue Ligon that have the business announcements and corporate announcements that are going on, and training that's happening on there. A lot of great calls, a lot of things happening. Of course, every Monday morning, Andy Willoughby does his call. So lots of great stuff. Make sure you're plugged in, because if you're not plugged in, as John Cena says, you're plugged out, and you don't want to be plugged out. So everyone, have a great night. Appreciate y'all. And again, JP, Dr. Templeman, thank you. Have a good night.